This image is called the pale blue dot image, and it was taken by the Voyager 1 spacecraft as it exited the solar system back in the 1970s. Here, the spacecraft is nearly 6 billion kilometers away from the planet Earth, and if you look really closely, there's this one pixel here. That's us. And in the words of Carl Sagan, that's here, that's home, that's us.
On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being there ever was lived out their lives.
The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager.
Every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant.
Every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician.
Every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on the moat of dust suspended in sun.
In our obscurity and all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. Like it or not, for the moment, the earth is where we make our stand.
There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world.
To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known.
Alright, hi everyone. We're the Social Media OST, and our project focuses on using different social media platforms to have people join the environmental movement.
So we utilize a three-pronged approach in our social media platform: awareness, action, and promotion.
The first prong or direction that we're going in is awareness, and it is arguably one of the most important prongs that we have, because in order to act, you have to be able to know what's going on and you have to be motivated. So we use social media as a platform, and the two platforms that we used was Instagram and Snapchat. And we used these two because it was easily accessible to most millennials. 40% of millennials use these two platforms. And we used these two because we used Instagram to humanize the environmental movement and Snapchat to educate.
So one of our initial goals with this project, was to put faces on the environmental movement, thus humanizing it. We wanted to invent a space where people could share their personal experiences relating to environmentalism through the art of storytelling. So inspired by the iconic Humans of New York Instagram account, we created our own Instagram account, Humans of the Pale Blue Dot. This account will keep growing. These are a few shots, most pictures we took.
So here we have Marley.
So I'll go through, we're going to go through just a couple of the pictures. Obviously you all will, never mind. So we're going to go through each of the pictures. So the first one is Arlene, talking about her community in Mexico, right, and how the river that the people in that village and community were using, right, and how it's been contaminated over the years, and how it's really personally affecting them. Okay, you can go to the next one. Next one is from Cameron from Haiti, right? We wanted to be using this social media platform to not only get a glimpse of people in their countries and where they're from, but also see how it's affecting them personally and through their personal and specific stories. You can go to the next one. Next one here was with the awesome Celeste. And so we went through her story and how she's using her work, right? We went through a lot of the adults in these pictures to just see how their work is being affected in the environmental movement. The next thing, of course, is Taylor and his awesome poses. Go over why he is committed to environmental awareness in his work. The next one was this amazing picture. We have to stop every time we look at this picture. It's super dope. Khalim is talking about it, and with this we wanted to show that homey way of taking pictures, like that photography is just amazing. It's not me. thought this was super cool. We love this post from Tyler. I'm sorry, Tyler, I lost your name for a second. But we love this post from Tyler because it really got into the heart of the environmental movement in so many ways, right? And just to give a quick brief synopsis of what's going on in her post, you guys can always read it when you want to, right? But what happens here, she's talking about how her move from, culture move from Vermont to Qatar really took a change from sustainability and, how that's been a huge part of her life in Vermont to the absolute polar opposite Qatar, where everything that their lives are based off of. In Vermont was environmentalism, and then in Qatar it was complete oil. The next one, and this one was one of our last pictures from our own Mishka. And we really want to take a pause on this one because this one is obviously such a beautiful shot. That is Mishka, by the way. You can find it on the internet. And it was really showing how the progression, and all these pictures in many ways talked about the progression. Right? When I was a kid, I got to play around and go to the ski, and then it changed, right? And it changed to this, right? And she's talking about how the smog in Salt Lake City really affects the beauty, right? She wanted to go look at it, the mountains and the snow caps, and I can't see it, right? Because of the smog that we caused was there.
So how many of you guys have Snapchat? Raise your hand. Okay, so almost the majority of you guys. So we wanted to be able to utilize a social media platform that spreads news really quickly and gets to pretty much everyone in the world. So just to give you a statistic, Coachella, the big music festival, had its own live Snapchat story this year, which was able to reach 40 million people across the globe. So we created a Snapchat story with a bunch of professionals from NCTC and SC3.
So since Snapchat is really accessible and most of the millennials have it, we want to educate them because it's really easy, and even for the laziest of people, all they have to do is swipe to the left, right? And then click on our story. Now, pause on that really quick. So the vision we have for this is that if you were to go to a national park, or even just stay at home, national park rangers would have Snapchat on their phone, and they could take a video of themselves teaching others about their wild area and upload it for potentially tens of thousands of people to see from their bedroom. It's really easy and it's quick, and our goal is to connect people to their local wild areas. And so here we created a SC3 live story that you can click on Snapchat.
California. So learning about permaculture is essentially learning about cultivating with ecology.
Transforming the solid waste industry with breakthrough technology and a new standard called SWEET.
Hi, I'm Shauna, and the work that's most important to me is my divestment campaign because I believe that we have a moral obligation to protect and conserve all living organisms on this planet.
I'm Jessie, and I think for me, the work that I do on divestment on my college campus really brings together people from social and environmental justice movements.
My name is Compton Tucker. I work for NASA at the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenville, Maryland, and I use satellites to study the Earth.
I work here at NCTC, and my job is to get people connected with nature.
Do the work I do in conservation